Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Today, we have some explosive news that's going to impact the Dallas Cowboys and their fans in a big way. We've got a major injury update, and it's one that Cowboys fans everywhere have been anxiously awaiting. Plus, we'll dive into the surprising return of a player that might just turn the tide for Dallas as we push toward the second half of the season. If you're a Cowboys fan or just someone who loves following the latest NFL drama, then stick around because this is one story you don't want to miss. Let's start with the big news of the day. The injury that's going to shake things up for the Cowboys. Cowboys fans have been dealing with a lot of injury drama lately, and it's become a common storyline this season. Just when it seems like the team is hitting its stride, they get hit with yet another setback. And today's news is no exception. Unfortunately, this injury involves a key player, someone who's been a big part of Dallas's success this season. For those of you wondering who it is, we're talking about none other than one of the team's defensive stalwarts, the player who's been holding down the line and giving the Cowboys a real edge in some of their toughest games this year. For those who've been following along, the Cowboys' defense has been a real force. They've managed to pull off some big stops, shut down some explosive offenses, and really make life difficult for opposing quarterbacks. And this player we're talking about has been right at the heart of that. He's someone who's not only a leader on the field, but also an anchor for the team, keeping that defensive unit together through thick and thin. Unfortunately, we're getting reports that he sustained a significant injury that's going to keep him sidelined for quite some time. It's a tough blow, not only because of his individual impact, but because of what he means to the team's chemistry and the way they function as a unit. This injury couldn't have come at a worse time for the Cowboys, who are right in the mix for playoff contention. They've been working hard, grinding through every game, and this loss puts an added strain on an already challenging season. With this player out, the Cowboys are going to have to dig deep and look for others to step up. It's one of those moments that can define a season, and fans are anxiously waiting to see who's going to rise to the occasion. But, of course, the big question is, how long will he be out? And how is the team planning to adjust? Now, let's get to the good news. With every setback, there's always the potential for a comeback, and that's where things get really exciting for Cowboys Nation. Despite the disappointment surrounding this injury, the Cowboys are also welcoming back a familiar face, a player who's been eagerly waiting for his chance to rejoin the team and make an impact. This isn't just any return, it's the return of someone who's proven his worth time and again, someone who's known for his game-changing ability and presence on the field. Fans have been eagerly waiting for this, and it's finally happening. Now, here's where things get interesting. This returning player brings not only his skills, but also a wealth of experience. He's been around the league, seen a lot, and understands what it takes to win. The Cowboys coaching staff knows this, and they're counting on him to bring some much-needed stability to the roster. As he steps back onto the field, he's not just filling a roster spot. He's stepping into a role that requires leadership, confidence, and a whole lot of playmaking ability. And if you're wondering what this means for the team, well, this could be a game changer. But it's not going to be easy. The Cowboys are going to need this returning player to hit the ground running, to integrate back into the lineup quickly, and to find his rhythm as soon as possible. It's a tall order, but if anyone can do it, it's this guy. He's known for being a hard worker, a dedicated professional, and someone who's willing to put in the time and effort to help his team succeed. And for those wondering about his health, yes, all signs point to him being in great shape and ready to go. He's been working hard in rehab, staying sharp, and now he's ready to make his comeback. So, what can we expect from the Cowboys with this return? For starters, his presence is going to lift the spirits of the team and the fans alike. When you have a player of this caliber coming back, it gives everyone around him a boost. It's almost like a breath of fresh air, and it reminds the team that they're not alone in facing the challenges ahead. He's here to support, to make plays, and to help guide this team through what's shaping up to be a crucial stretch of the season. This return also means the Cowboys will be getting a shot of energy and momentum at a time when they need it the most. With the playoff race heating up, every game counts. Having a seasoned player back in the mix is like getting a much-needed reinforcement right when you're running low on reserves. It's going to be exciting to see how this shakes up the Cowboys' game plan and what kind of impact he's going to have as they make their push toward the postseason. Of course, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. The team is going to need some serious adjustments to compensate for the injured player we talked about earlier. It's not easy to replace someone who's been such an integral part of the team's defensive lineup. But the Cowboys have shown resilience before, and now it's time for them to do it again. The coaching staff is likely working around the clock to find ways to compensate for his absence. We might see some lineup changes, new strategies, and even a few surprise moves from the Cowboys as they try to fill that gap. And with the return of this other star, they're hoping to have a steadying force who can help carry some of the load. As we look at the bigger picture, this combination of bad news and good news might just be the spark the Cowboys need to rally together. Sometimes, it's moments like these that bring a team closer, that remind them of the importance of playing for each other and giving their best effort every single game. The NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint, and there's no doubt that the Cowboys have a long road ahead of them. But with a key player returning to bolster their ranks, they're certainly in a better position to face those challenges head-on. It's moments like these that test a team's character, and for Cowboys fans, this is going to be a nail-biting time. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of emotion, and a lot riding on how the team responds to this situation. We know Cowboys Nation is going to be behind them, cheering them on every step of the way. And whether you're a die-hard Cowboys fan or just a casual observer, this is a story that's going to be worth watching. So, Cowboys fans, get ready for what's sure to be a wild ride in the coming weeks. With this new injury and the incredible return of a star player, the season just got a whole lot more interesting. We'll be keeping a close eye on everything, from the game day strategies to the latest updates on injuries and player performances. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have those notifications turned on because you won't want to miss a single update. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think the Cowboys have what it takes to overcome this setback? And how big of an impact do you think this returning player is going to make? Let's get the conversation started, and we'll see you in the next video.